everybody, Mick and Dan, that pedal show, and I guess in this case that amp show for Andertons TV NAMM 2017. And we're here with Steve, who is the marketing director for Boutique Amps Distribution, responsible for lots of cool brands, things like Friedman, things like Morgan, things like Wampler now, and Tone King, Diesel,
Egnator, Falbo Guitars, B52, of course, since we started with that. B52, we have 10 brands under one roof, basically. All the best amp builders in the world.
Loads of stuff under one roof. So he has a lot on his plate, but the thing he's particularly excited about today is synergy. Steve, take us from the beginning and treat us kind, because me and him are old, and we need the information
Slowly. Well, what I have, no. Most of us, a lot of us musicians, have a Fender. This is my Blues Deluxe, stock Blues Deluxe. Love my Fender, it's a great amp. And then I'll get like a plexi pedal to try and make it do something it doesn't. And some of the pedals are great. The pedals are getting fantastic these days, and you guys have demoed a lot of them. But it's still, even the best of them, it's a digital emulation. It's not it, right?
Okay.
So what we did, since we work with all the best amp builders in the world, what we did is we made, this is the preamp from a Friedman Brown Eye.
Okay.
Made by Dave Friedman, right? It's got two AX7s, it's all hand wired. The box completes the circuit. It's got a transformer that powers just, this. It has an AX7 in it. So the two of them together, it is the preamp of a Brown Eye, or a Harry Brown Eye, or a Plexi, Fender Bassman, Morgan AC20, Metroplex, Metropolis, you name it. We're starting Dirty Shirley, Marshall 800. We're starting to get them all. We have 11 modules now. They're coming more and more all the time. A lot of people want to be a part of this, and this is why. There are three distinct areas that I believe are giant markets for this. First, a guy like myself couldn't afford a $3,000 boutique amp. Now for the box, US is $499. All the modules are $399. So for $900, I can afford a boutique amp. This is the actual circuitry, 2 channels. Like this one in particular is made by Peter Diesel. It's the V8, the channel 3 and 4 of a VH4. It is the preamp. So it is a Diesel, right? And there's several ways to hook it up. We tried to think of every way possible you could hook it up. The way I've got this one today, I'm using the effects loop out into the effects loop of the Deluxe.
Yep.
Another out into the main here. Now I've turned my Deluxe into a 4-channel beast with 2 channels of actual boutique amplification. Wow. So that's ridiculous. And it's hot swappable. You don't even have to turn it off. You just pull it out, put another one in, and you're ready to go. It's brilliant. So the first market is the guy that thought he couldn't afford the boutique amp. Now he can, and every birthday, Christmas, he's having his wife or girlfriend buying a new module. It's not that many birthdays before you own 10 boutique amplifiers, and it didn't cost you all that much, right? Brilliant idea. Also, for the traveling musician, which I also do, I'm constantly relegated to whatever crap backline they want to give me. It's usually a destroyed Deluxe or a destroyed Twin that sounds like crap.
Yeah.
Well, now I don't care. This is in my backpack, okay? Now it's got a little bit of weight, but frankly, I mean, when I'm at the airport going to a fly gig, I'm a pack mule anyway.
Yeah.
So what's a couple more pounds? So this is in my backpack. I take whatever modules I think I'm gonna need or that I want. The way I have this one hooked up, again, I'm effects loop out. We put another effects loop on the back of this, so we didn't take away your effects loop. And when it's hooked up, we're not taking anything away from your sound. Okay, so the other, another thing I forgot to mention, so now I've bypassed their crappy preamp, and I'm using just the power section in the speaker.
Yeah.
The other way I can do it, I have another casino gig coming up where we can't use amps. They asked me, they said, well, just put your pedal board into the DI. Are you serious? That sounds like crap. And what happens when I turn it off?
Yeah.
Right? I got my raw electric signal into the board? I think not. So I pull this out. We've got silent record out. You've got cab sim, which it's a fantastic cab simulator, but you can defeat it. I wouldn't, but you can. We tried to think of every way to hook it up you could. So that's the travel musician is the next market. And then for me, the third market, and there's a fourth market, but the third market here is the rack mountable, the 2-bay for your recording studio.
Okay.
Or the apartment musician or the home studio, whatever it is. But what studio shouldn't have the dual bay? The Syn 2 is $999, right? And then 3, 4, 5 modules. Give me a diesel, give me a plexi, give me a Fender, give me a Friedman, Harry Brown Eye, and a Morgan AC20. You have all the best amps in your studio that you could ever want, and it's silent. You don't have to mic it. Or you could set it up like this, mic it, and go direct out and do them both. I mean, there's so many ways you can do it. This thing is so usable, and then the sound. I don't know how much you'll hear the sound at NAMM, but let's give it a try.
Yeah, I think we can get a good idea. So hopefully we can take it as read. We know what a Blues Deluxe sounds like. It sounds like this.
Sounds like that. So now we'll take it out of bypass, and you'll have channel 3 of a VH4.
Yeah.
Channel 4. It's a diesel.
That's the first time today I've heard a Blues Deluxe turn into a VH4. Yeah.
Now watch, it's hot swappable.
So I shall provide a commentary here.
Say a caveat, occasionally you may have to turn it off. The circuitry tries to understand what module you just put in it. Sometimes it gets confused. You turn it off for half a second, turn it back on. But let's see what we got. Here's a Harry Brown.
I'd be testing it with my tongue at this point.
Again, the actual circuit of a Harry Brown.
Somebody actually called an amp a Harry Brown Eye.
You want to give it a couple twists just to ground it. Okay, but that's all you need. All right, we're in bypass again. All right, Harry Brown Eye. When's the last time your Fender sounded like that?
That's awesome.
Isn't that ridiculous? So, I mean, there's so many applications for it. This thing has me bouncing off the walls. And then for the guys that were like, oh, it's small and freaky and I don't know what to do with it, and I need an amplifier. Well, we made you one. This is a beautiful, the Syn 30, 6L6 tubes, beautiful clean sound, MIDI pedal, programmable pedals, single bay. So you actually have a 3-channel amp, right? Any module, it's gonna be around $2,000, which is boutique amp price, But again, every birthday for $399, you're getting a new boutique amp. So it's not just a boutique amp price. You see what I'm saying? And you have a beautiful clean amp with any module you want. You can pick your module. It comes with the module. And here we have a 50 amp head. No clean channel here, but still MIDI, but dual bay. So you've got a 4-channel MIDI amplifier that you can, set up the Fender for one side and the Harry Brown Eye on the other side of the plexi or whatever it is, or whatever module you want.
Yeah, I just noticed in this one they've got a Soldano SLO. So you've obviously worked with manufacturers to get the rights to use those names and all the rest of it.
And we're working on all of them. Vox was just here the other day, said, ooh, we want to get in on round 2, So we talked to Fender today as well, and they're like...
This is all very cool. So we've seen modular amps before. but I can't remember seeing one that seems to work that well. So it's going to be awesome to get a selection of these modules, plug them in, and have a good listen in an environment where we can hear them.
Yeah, I really want you to get it to where you can, because you're gonna. It gives me chills. It gives me chills. I mean, I'm the marketing director for all of this. This freaks me out.
Excellent, Steve. Let's head back over here. Right, Dan, Mick, Steve, Boutique Amps Distribution, Synergy Modules, out.